Coming this summer, one home base, no flights, no hotels, a 90-mile distance, and of course, some snacks packed for the road. What am I talking about? Day Trip Palooza. Welcome to Pop Culture Passport, your ultimate guide to quirky and cool destinations across the US. I'm your host, Beth Scalacci, aka the Roman Yeti, here to help you dive into the world of theme parks, uncover film and TV locations, and explore quirky museums, roadside attractions, and legendary venues that capture the heart and soul of this unique country. So grab your pop culture passport and let's discover destinations that resonate with your interest, not just with what's trending on social media. Are you ready? Let's roam! Welcome back. So what exactly is Day Trip Palooza, other than my need to brand everything and give it a name? Well, we have between graduation and the start of the next chapter, we have a bit of time up in the Rochester house, and we decided to do a series of day trips to some places that we've been meaning to visit. Now, we set one rule: keep everything within 90 miles of our home base. That's it. That's the rule. So, within that radius, we planned we're sort of in between 3 or 4 trips. So I'm gonna say 4, it may be 3, to be determined. Like I said, these are places we've wanted to check out, and wanna visit, but they're always sort of just more than we've had time for. So, will each place that we visit have something quirky or pop culture related? Probably not, but we definitely will have some very Roman Yeti type of stops on the agenda. And at the end of the day, the best part, we come home to our own beds and to our sweet 15-year-old black lab who would like us to stop going places without her. So this was our concession was she'll be with us at the house in New York, and we just didn't want to put her on boarding anymore. When possible. So that's sort of where the limits of these day trips came up. So therefore our sweet girl and make sure we're home every night to feed her dinner and love on her. So really we just came up with this idea because it's sort of, I don't know, this sweet spot between a staycation and a full-blown vacation. All the adventure, all the snacks, none of the airport or lost luggage. So, if you've been with me for a while, you know this isn't sort of the first time I've talked about day trips. So, back in the summer of 2024, I did a series of episodes where I called them adult field trips because honestly, to me, that's what a day trip feels like. That's what they are. Like, remember those trips? Like, the excitement that you get up in the morning, going somewhere new, you're breaking from the routine, you're just gonna explore. I mean, that's what a day trip is, right? It just with better snacks now, and I don't have to remember to get my permission slip signed. So that series I did, wow, almost 2 years ago now. Reminded me how much I believe in the power of getting out, even if just for a day. Sort of that mental reset, the unexpected discoveries, the stories you come home with. Um, you know, are big vacations great? Yeah, sure, but you don't need a week off and a plane ticket to feel like you've actually gone somewhere. Um, so how do I actually find these places? So I wanted to sort of walk through my process because I think at times planning can feel super overwhelming and is one of the things that keeps us from going to a new place or checking stuff out. Okay, I'm gonna plug my own site now. But I always start with quirkyandcool.com because it's basically my personal database of offbeat destinations around the country. So if I've heard of it or stumbled across it, I put it in there. It's available to the public. It's free. Check it out. But so I usually check out there. But when I'm planning a day trip, I do a little bit of research and I'm usually looking for me for for it to be a very Roman Yeti day kind of thing. I'm looking for some very specific things. I'm looking for things that are nostalgic, like, Five and Dime candy store or something, something nostalgic. A great roadside attraction. Um, I love a good dinosaur. Uh, I'm looking for a good coffee shop, looking for a brewery. Are there filming locations? Are there any regional foods that I need to check? Um, and if my daughter is with us, like on this trip, we're looking for some vintage clothing stores and record stores. So I usually do my Google searches. Now, for you, it may be an escape room, it may be a bookstore, a bakery. Look, whatever stops bring you joy, that's what I want you to look for when you're getting ready for a day trip. So I take my list of topics to Google and I see what I can find. You may have to go into the second or third pages of results to really get what you're looking for. Things that aren't totally SEO um, optimized but have better information. And always follow those Reddit links that you find in Google. There are some local gems in there. People share some really interesting places. I also use Google Maps just to sort of figure out towns that are within the radius that I'm talking about here, this 90 miles. Because you really don't realize what is like 90 miles is a lot farther than I sort of realized when I look at the maps. But also you can zoom in on areas and, find their main street, see what's there. I have found places are closer to each other than I thought. So Google Maps helps a lot. I like the plot. You can do your own Google Map and put the places you're looking at and then sort of strategize from there. So Google Maps is definitely your friend. And honestly, I'm a researcher. You know that. That's why you listen. I go down the rabbit holes that a lot of people won't bother with. So one thing could lead me to another, that leads to another, and I find something totally unexpected. So that's usually where I find the best stuff, but again, that's that's my overly researched brain. So the point is the planning doesn't have to be complicated. Just start with your interests. Like what makes you happy and follow that thread. Or you know what? Just find the town that's 90 miles from you within that 90 miles and just go. Just, you know, see what it's like. Don't plan. Um, if you are interested in following along with our day trip palooza, make sure you're following us on Instagram or Facebook. And also, I'm going to be writing about it more in the blog, on the blog, than I probably will be doing episodes just because they will be so local. Um, so make sure you're following Roman Yeti. You can find us, just search for Roman Yeti on Instagram or Facebook, and on the blog, theromanyeti.com. Better yet, hit that newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter and you will get the updates. Plus, you can download your own fun uh, Roman Yeti field notes where you can keep track of your adventures and your snacking um, adventures as well. So, get the newsletter and you won't miss out. So, where are we going? Like I said, we we're still trying to figure out time with work schedules and everything. I would like to get all four of these places that I'm going to talk about in, but we may get to three. So, um, Buffalo and East Aurora, I'm treating as two different days. They're very close to each other, but there's enough that I feel like each one deserves its own day. Um, I have so many lists, so many things on the list for each city that we haven't finalized yet, but there will definitely be some eating of buffalo wings, and I will be on the search for sponge candy. So Buffalo and East Aurora, 2 different days, hopefully. Um, our third one is Corning. We have been wanting to stop in Corning for a long time, and now I think it's finally made our plans. We wanna get to the, Glass Museum, which I'm very excited about. I haven't been since I was a little kid. So, I'm sure it's changed a ton and looking forward to checking that out. And then the fourth one is, Skaneateles. I hope I said that right. It's on the Finger Lakes, and it's just a downtown that looks like it belongs in a Hallmark movie. Um, it's just cute shops, really sort of looking forward to just sort of roaming around and checking that out. I haven't done a lot of research on that one, um, just go and check it out. There's a few more stops that might be on the way back or forth to some of those, because, the best trips always leave room for a side quest, you never know, or a detour, either one, the good kind. But here's the thing about day trips, I feel like the bar is so much lower, like, it's less stressful. The logistics are so much lighter, like, no hotels, no flights, no packing other than your road trip snacks. And, you like I said, you can plan like I do, or you can just head someplace and let the day unfold. I think it's just, a really good option to get out that map, pick a town, and go. So I am gonna give you guys a challenge. What is within 90 miles of your home base that you haven't explored yet? That museum you keep meaning to visit, that small town main street you've driven past 100 times, the regional food that you've heard about but haven't tried. Now, day trip palooza isn't just something we're doing this summer. To me, it's like a mindset. Like, we need to find our interest and go for it. And I would love for you to come along. So if you're going somewhere, you're gonna participate, let's make it a palooza. Everyone who participates, let me know. Hit me up on social media. Um, Click the link in the show notes and leave me a message. But like I said, you can follow along on Instagram at the Roaming Yeti for updates. And if you do, again, tell me all about it. So, with that, we are going to add another stamp to our pop culture passport. I hope this episode inspires you to get out and explore within 90 miles or more, whatever you're doing this summer. But explore all that is quirky and cool, even in your own backyard. Follow, download, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Tell a friend and leave a review if you like what we're doing. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for the Roaming Yeti. Keep roaming and finding your fun.